5:30, I'll call to order the Murray City Meeting of the Whole. We'll start with the approval of the minutes, Committee of the Whole minutes for January the 7th, 2020. Do I have a motion or corrections?
I'll move approval if there are no corrections. I'll move to approve the Committee of the Whole minutes for January 7th, 2020.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Okay, discussion items, new City Hall update, GSBS Architects.
GS. I'm Jesse Allen with GSBS Architects, and we went in front of you. It's been a couple months, but we're getting close to finishing our documents on the City Hall, and so we wanted to give an update of where the design is, and I'll show you the site plan and the floor plans and some renderings, and we brought some material samples that we can discuss. And so if anyone has any questions at any time, please just feel free to ask. But I'll just kind of walk through the project. On the screen in front of you is the site plan, and it's 4800 South is up here on the north. The new alignment of Hanauer Street is on the east here, and that project is not in our documents, but is part of the overall big project.
Jesse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Let me zoom.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
So the City Hall sits on the corner of 4800 South and then what will become the new Hanauer Street. The City Hall is broken up into two sides, the city side on the east and the police side on the west, and it's connected with a central lobby in the middle that has entrances on both the north side and on the south side. So there's public parking on the north, and if someone needs to come in and pay a bill, they can park here and enter the north entrance. There's also parking on the south and on the east, as well as the adjacent parking lots that I'll go over in a second. And then if someone wants to come in and see the police, the entry to the police is off of the south entry. But you can connect, the lobby connects the whole entire building. So you can enter on either the north or the south. The council chambers is the circular element over here in the southeast corner, and that is visually connected to the circular pedestrian plaza here on the site. This is intended to be a gathering place for the community, where events can be held, festivals, different programming opportunities. There are some seats and some landscape bermed elements around the perimeter of it, so the plaza itself should feel enclosed with plenty of trees and shade in the summer. There's also entrances on the south down here off of 5th Avenue. There's a connection to 5th Avenue. There's also a connection up here and a little seating area with a monument sign up here on the northeast corner. There are adjacent parking lots on the east, this one over here, which can be shared with the historic mansion, and what used to be Poplar Street. That's how you will enter that parking lot over there. And then there's another parking lot here on the south side of 5th Avenue that has a little bit more overflow parking. And that could be connected to a future use, potentially in the future. Any other questions on the site before we move into the building?
How many parking stalls are there?
Gosh, I used to know that off the top of my head.
A guesstimate. If you're 100 off, it'll be all right.
Well, I was going to say 200. I want to say 230 to 200. Yeah. There.
You're in the ballpark. Thank
So
you.
there's 40. looks like there's about 70 on the south, and then we have about 50, let's see, 60 on the east. It should be mentioned that part of the parking lot on the southwest side, I'll zoom in here. This is an enclosed police lot that is not public, with a small motorcycle garage. And there's also some long stalls here for trailers and other police vehicles. So this portion is not public. It will have a fence and a gated opening. There are trash enclosure here. There's a generator and transformer here. These will all be screened with walls. The Sally port is back here for the police. Okay, let's move in to the building. This is level 1. So again, the east side has 3 levels. The west side has 2. City is on the east and police is on the west. So this is that connection, that public lobby here. The red area, this is the council chambers. So this will replace this room. The dais is here, where there are 9 seats available for the council and staff. There's also the committee of the whole room, which is right off of the council chambers, and that has an operable door that can connect those 2 spaces if you need overflow. There's also several large doors here into the lobby that can be opened, and some overflow could happen there if you prefer. There is the council lounge here in red, some chair and table storage, and then the main city break room is down here with a shared conference room. Also on level 1 is utility billing and the passport waiting area, shown in light green, and then the rest of finance department is in dark green. HR is here in the gray, and facilities is in the yellow. The shared restrooms and some utility spaces are in gray. And then on the police side, the waiting area and reception is down here on the south, and there's some interview rooms, different police functions that are more public are accessed off of the waiting and reception area. And then there's an evidence storage, vehicle processing, the Sally port, crime lab. That's all level 1. The elevators are right here off of the lobby. And then there's a central stair, and I'll show a 3D view of this so you can have a better visual of it. But the central stair is here, and it goes up to a bridge, and then you can access level 2, and then the stair continues and you can access level 3, or you can take the elevators. Okay, let's jump to level 2. On level 2, we have, again, a continuation of the police functions. And then there's the shared exercise room, which is shared between the city employees and the police. There are several shower spaces here and some lockers. This is accessed from that bridge element I was mentioning. So you'd go up the stairs and then into the exercise here, or you walk around and access the level 2 city spaces on this side. Level 2 city spaces are primarily the community and economic development and the council share level 2. So the CED counter, this is where you'd go to get a permit or discuss a zoning question. They have a couple conference rooms right off of here. And then the council has their space over here. There's a council waiting and a council conference room. And then there's a common conference. We tried to put common conferences on each floor that can be shared or scheduled with different departments within the city. We'll jump up to level 3. level 3, the city or the police side is doesn't have a level 3. It's just 2 levels. But you continue up the stair and you get to another bridge, and then you enter into the city side of level 3, which has the mayor's office over here, city attorney in the yellow, and then in the red is IT department. Each department has a reception area, and so there's a waiting room to see the mayor's office, city attorney reception. Any question about the layout of the spaces or what's going where before we get to the cool 3D? So this is the outside of the building looking northwest. This is from that public plaza area. You can see the tall central glass lobby space here. This is where you would enter on the south side. This is the circular council chambers space with a big glass connection to the public plaza. The materials on the outside are brick and glass, metal, and the council chambers has copper. The idea with this was to highlight Murray's history working with metal and to use a unique metal panel on the council chambers. The copper samples are there on the table on the far left, and there's 3 different patina levels. There's a heavy patina, a lighter patina, and then a raw copper with no patina. And the idea is that if I zoom in, there'll be a variation on this copper panel as it steps around the council chamber. So some of the panels will be heavy patina, some will be light, and some will be raw, and they'll age differently. So it should give that a nice texture as it goes around the outside of the building. The brick sample is there. It's a darker red brick called ironstone. That's reflected here. And then the metal is the bronze, kind of darker charcoal gray. And then on the inside, we have a lot of wood, which is shown there with that sample next to the brick. Let me zoom out here. So we're taking the brick on the inside and having that highlight the entry to the council chambers. So in the rendering on the screen, you can see the council chambers is here, and you'd enter through these big wood doors, and it would have brick around the outside of the council chamber. And then on the inside of the lobby, it'll be a mixture of painted wall with wood fins, and then a wood slat ceiling. And then the bridge elements you can see have wood clad around them. But then the floor is the granite sample that's on top of the carpet. There'll be a granite tile on the floor, and then it'll turn to granite slabs as it goes up the stairs. There'll be a glass railing on the stairs and the bridge, and we plan to put some furniture up there so people can sit, and it should be quite the space. This is a view looking the other direction. This is looking south. This would be the passport and utility billing space. We're still working on the specific signage for all of these spaces, but there will be signage identifying where you enter and how to find your way around. But we really want this lobby to be the connector between the police and the city and all the different departments. And then the last view is looking at the council chambers, looking at this space and your seats. This is the wood dais. And then the idea is that this sloped curved wall on the outside of the council chambers will also be tilted in a little bit. And the inside of the wall will have wood on it with wood vertical definition, and to be similar to the copper definition that you have on the outside. And there'll be audio visual, of course, speakers and recording. All of that will be provided. And then this is the view. That window there will look out towards the public plaza, and this window here will look out towards an employee break area outside the employee break room. Any questions about any of that?
None from me.
Excellent job. It's a beautiful building.
Thanks.
I can hardly wait to see it done.
Us too.
I've only got 20, 30 years left. I hope I see it.
Getting very close. Leighton Construction has been, they're the construction manager and general contractor partner on this project, and we've been going through a lot of cost estimating and pre-construction services of, constructability review. And right now, we are estimating, I don't know how much we want to get into the budget, but we're at about $28,200,000 for which is where we were planning on being, yeah.
We're in the ballpark where we should be.
Yeah.
And even though these drawings and everything looks all done and everything, we still have some time left to finish a bunch of details. We're shooting for a couple weeks from now.
Yeah, we're shooting for documents in March and to start permitting and bidding, in early March. Just a couple weeks away. The rest of the team is still back at the office, hard at work. Yep. Any other questions?
Any other questions?
The conference rooms, and I think that this is going to be a yes, but all the conference rooms, are they going to have the ability to have the media and things like that in like part of the table and all that kind of stuff? I don't know if I'm making sense, but some of the boardrooms have access to outlets and be able to project up on from the screen. Is that how?
Yeah, that's right. All the audio visual will be provided in the conference rooms with screens.
Awesome.
Certain conference rooms will receive video conferencing, but not all of them.
Okay.
But each conference room will be equipped with a screen and the ability to either wirelessly project onto that screen or through an HDMI cable.
Great. Thank you.
Anything else?
Looks great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, if I might, I just want to also introduce Miles Milne, right? I'll try to get it right. Miles works for MOCA. MOCA is the city's representative on this project. So all of the meetings, the weekly meetings that have been going on with Jesse at GSBS and Mike with Leighton, Miles is there also representing us to make sure that the contracts are followed, that the city's getting the value for the dollar that we're spending. So this is the core team, along with Jeff Martin from the city, who is our facilities manager. He sits in all of these meetings as well as we've been designing the project.
Well, thank you to everybody. It's a great project. It looks like it's finally going to come together. It's a beautiful building. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, next is Zone Map Amendment 61 East, 6100 South. Melinda.
There we go. So we have a zone map amendment request before us this evening. Propect Investments has purchased a property at 61 East and 6100 South. They're requesting the zoning be changed from R18, which is low density single family, and they want to change that to CD, which is commercial development. This is an aerial view of the property, so you can see down on the lower right-hand side of the screen is Fashion Place Mall, and the subject property there is highlighted in red. This shows you what the current zoning is. The property is surrounded. Sorry, that keeps on. Is it flashing on your screens too, or just?
No, it's good.
Okay.
Just up there.
Okay. It's flashing.
Yeah.
I will ignore that. Sorry. So the property right now is zoned R18. It's surrounded, however, by the commercial development zone. To the north of that is where Planet Fitness is located, and then to the right of that is where the former Cotton Shop has been, as well as Cafe Morelia's. This slide shows the future land use category, which depicts that the entire area, this parcel included, is slated to go to general commercial. And then this slide shows the property that we're speaking about. On the left-hand side is currently it's a 0.2 acre parcel. It's got a single family residence on there. So you can see the front, the rear of the property. And then on the right-hand side of the slide, we just for context are showing where the Cotton Shop is currently located. So that property is right next door to the west of that. This item was heard at the Planning Commission on January 2nd. They held a public hearing. No public comment was received. We've not received any comments on the rezone request since that time. The Planning Commission voted unanimously to send the City Council a positive recommendation for approval. And we, as staff and the Planning Commission, are also recommending that you approve the requested zone map amendment to change the property located at 61 East, 6100 South from R18 single family low density residential to CD general commercial. Do you have any questions for me?
Any questions?
Reading in the notes, they stated that there's a problem with parking between Morelia's and the Cotton Shop. Can you kind of elaborate a little bit more about the reason for the change?
Yeah, the property's been purchased, and they would like to expand the parking opportunities for the Cotton Shop. There's a lot of, there's shared parking right now that exists between Cafe Morelia and the Cotton Shop. So they were wanting to expand the parking area. So they purchased the building right next door to the Cotton Shop, which is this house. So the intent would be to expand the parking through the use of this parcel and the rezone.
That's my question. Thank you.
Anything else?
None for me.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a public hearing on this item.
Let's see. Okay, announcements, Jan.
Just a few things to mention. We received a notice today about a legislative town hall that will be held tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. at the Holiday City Hall, and that will have Representative Patrice Arent, Senator Janie Iwamoto, Representative Carol Moss, Representative Marie Polson, and Senator Kathleen Reby. And then on Friday, February 21st, the Parks Office is holding a brainstorming session for the Murray Theater fundraising effort. And Pathways is the company who received the bid for fundraising. They'll be there, and you're welcome to join them. February 25th, we have a retirement party for Sherry Wilden, and that will be held from 2 to 4 in the Public Services Conference Room. And then the Murray Chamber is hosting a welcome reception for Kat and Rosalba on Friday, March 20th, 5 to 7 p.m., and that's at the Comcast store on Winchester.
Thank you.
And bread. That's right.
Okay, thank you. This meeting stands adjourned.